Coming up on Vegas Nation Blitz, back in action in South Florida.
What we got to lose at this point, right? 2-7. So everything that's behind us is behind us, and I'm looking forward.
Fresh off of their bye week, the Raiders gear up to take on the Miami Dolphins.
I need to take a good cold shower, cold bath, wash all that badness off that took place over the 9 games, and I think our staff did the same. I know our players did, but they were still around the building, which is the best thing about it.
Get primed for the second half of the Raiders season. Vegas Nation Blitz, the Week 11 edition, starts right now.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Blitz. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.
People might question our locker room, might question our culture, might question me, but you can't question our commitment. And we're committed to this bad boy and turning it around. So when they got in here Tuesday, that's what I felt. That's what they felt for me, and hopefully you feel it right now.
Hopefully you all enjoyed the bye week. The second half of the Raiders season is set to begin. Hello and welcome back to Vegas Nation Blitz. I'm your host, Dominic Lavoie. Thank you all for tuning in. Now it's time for the Raiders to get back into action. The Silver and Black are back on the practice field at team headquarters in Henderson as they prep for the Miami Dolphins. Now after a Monday night win over the Rams, the Fins sit at 3-6, while the Raiders, who as we know, haven't had an amazing season themselves, are now sitting at 2-7. Now what's the mood like for the Raiders locker room?
We got to get a running game. Mir, everybody got to get it going. Yeah, but the linemen, Deuce, bro, we got to get it. Well, but it's going bad. But we gonna get it going, man. But coming out the bye week, bro, we feeling good, bro. We freshed over, bro, restart. So yeah, man, time to play some ball.
I think it's just gonna show the character of the people in this building. I think everybody in this building, everybody in this locker room is here strong enough to do exactly what you're saying. Forget about the past and focus on now and the future and the next 8 or 9 games.
Now let's spin things over to Raiders beat writer Vinny Bonsignore for some top stories coming out of the bye. Vinny, welcome back.
Well, normally for a 2-7 team coming off their bye week, there aren't a whole lot of stories, but this is the Raiders, and there's stories galore. How about Scott Turner taking over for Luke Getsy as the Raiders offensive coordinator? His debut as the play caller will happen on Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. His father, Norv Turner, the longtime NFL head coach and offensive guru, is now with him as a senior assistant. Joe Philbin takes over as the offensive line coach, a veteran offensive line coach and head coach and offensive coordinator. So what's the Raiders offense going to look like under the Turners and now Joe Philbin at the offensive line coach? Here's what doesn't change. Gardner Minshew gets the start at quarterback. Some people thought that maybe the Raiders would opt for Desmond Ridder, who came off the bench against the Cincinnati Bengals when Gardner Minshew struggled again. The thought process being, well, a new offensive coordinator, a new vision, maybe that means Desmond Ridder will get the start against the Miami Dolphins. That isn't the case. They'll stay with Gardner Minshew, who's been benched 3 times this year, but he'll get the start at least against the Miami Dolphins. We'll see how that plays out moving forward. Those are the storylines. Again, not usually the case for a 2-7 team, but this is the Raiders.
Thanks, Vinny. Now we have to step away really quick, but coming up after the break, turkey time with the O-line. We take you to the Thanksgiving event the Raiders offensive line room put on this week at Allegiant Stadium. Plus, fast takes, behind the scenes, the usual. Stay with me now.
D&R House of Diamonds is Las Vegas's elite private office jeweler. We specialize in natural and lab-grown loose diamonds, engagement rings, and custom design. If you're looking for lab-grown diamonds, we have one of the largest selections at the best prices in Las Vegas. We make luxury affordable every day.
Thank you all for sticking around and welcome back to Vegas Nation Blitz. Now let's go ahead and bring in Heidi Fang with a new installment of Behind the Scenes. Heidi, who do you got this time?
Thanks, Dom. As the Raiders continue to look for answers at starting quarterback, they've also invested time in developing Carter Bradley, a practice squad quarterback whose father, Gus Bradley, was once the defensive coordinator for the Silver and Black. He spoke on his development at the position.
In many ways, it helps me develop my game, see where, I can grow. Having 98 on the other side of the ball definitely helps me get the ball out a whole lot faster. So, just whatever I can provide for the guys and give a good look is definitely, the main point during the week and how I can help them, but also just going back and watching the tape on, the good and the bad, where I can learn and grow and, not falling into mistakes, when it's time to go and play ball. But no, it's been fun. And I think the biggest thing is just the relationships. I think how cool this game is and, in all the places I've been, how many people I've met, now being in the league and seeing all those different people each and every week that, had some type of way with my dad or seen me grow up through all this, I think has been super special. So for that to come back and just kind of recircle that has been cool.
Now back to you, Dom.
Thanks, Heidi, as always. Now let's swing things over to Adam Hill for some fast takes. Adam, what do you have for us this time?
The Raiders returned from their bye week, announcing that Gardner Minshew will remain as the starting quarterback and they will not turn to Desmond Ridder at this time. A pretty interesting announcement. I think a lot of people assumed that Desmond Ridder was going to get a shot, and here's why. Because as Antonio Pierce said, what do we have to lose at this point? That's probably the right attitude for the Raiders to carry the rest of the season, but at the same time, that's kind of a reason to go to a guy like Desmond Ridder, find out what he has. I mean, he is a guy who was a potential first-round pick when he was coming out of college. He dropped in the draft a little bit, but he has started games in the league. Maybe you've got something there. Maybe you can find something. I doubt it, but it's possible. With Gardner Minshew, you kind of know what you have already. He's not the quarterback of the future for this team. Could Desmond Ridder be? Probably not, but you don't know. So why not give him a shot? That's what I think a lot of people assume. That's what I assume. That's not the decision the Raiders are going to make here. They're going to stick with Gardner Minshew, at least for now. Aiden O'Connell's return on the horizon, and then maybe Desmond Ridder at some point in the future. We'll find out. But I think the attitude is correct. Probably not the decision that plays into that attitude. A little bit of an interesting decision by Antonio Pierce to stick with Gardner Minshew.
Thanks, Adam. Now, before we let you go this week, we're going to end things on a positive note. The Raiders got involved in the community this week for a good cause. The Silver and Black's offensive lineman room got out at Allegiant Stadium and handed out around 600 Thanksgiving meals to families in need, interacting with the people coming through the line the whole time. Thayer Munford found a woman in his jersey and shared a laugh. Head coach Antonio Pierce helped his front line deliver the meals and interacted with fans himself. And things went all the way down to standout rookie Jackson Powers Johnson, who along with his counterparts on the line shared his favorite parts about the event, along with some other things.
Definitely the smiles, how much it means to the families. I think there's a lot of, stigma of, not being able to afford, certain food, and that's sometimes really vulnerable. So making it a really, fun environment, making it, a happy time, I think makes it really easy on the parents and easy for the people, to receive some help from us. And it's just, as much as it is great for them, I think it's just as enriching for us to be able to help and see the spaces and help the families.
It was nice. It was just, I knew it was my jersey because my teammates said so. It was my jersey, but I'm just happy they still support us no matter what.
If it was 1,000, if it was 100, we're super excited to be able to give out what we can. I wish there was more personally, but no, it's great to see a good turnout.
I didn't grow up with money, so I remember watching my mother and grandmother work hard to put a hot meal on Thanksgiving Day and to have that spread, right, and then sit there and watch football. So it's a lot of times when you see either cars drive by, you see a little boy in that car. That was a little AP at some point, and I think it's always good when you can see that smile just for the moments or whatever it may be, just to put that on their smile for themselves and their family.
All right, thank you all once again for tuning into Vegas Nation, and thank you for coming back after the bye week to catch up with me. Now, as always, stay connected with us on social media and on the web at Vegas Nation or vegasnation.com to never miss news and updates from our team of reporters. So while you do that, I bid you adieu, and I will see you right back here for Vegas Nation Game Day to get you prepped for the matchup against the Miami Dolphins.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Blitz. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.